The factory must grow. This is Arknights Endfield, and this will be the insane attempt at completing its main story using only the factory. Weapons? We don't need them. Arts? Not using those either. I can only use what the factory creates. This all means my only methods of attack will be throwing bombs and deploying automated defense turrets. Why am I doing this? Because this sequence in the game's opening left an impression on me. Because the factory is a super cool feature, and because some would say I'm just a little bit off my rocker. Which is why it's awesome that Arknights Endfield is sponsoring this video in support of my crazy creativity? No, seriously, you watching this video means they approved it and that they are goated devs. The challenge begins the moment the factory is able to create gun towers, which unlocks shortly into the first main story quest after the tutorial. We'll do a few battles with normal combat up to there, after which we are throwing down our sword. I mean, really, who needs a sword when you can materialize turrets on the spot? These poor fellows don't stand a chance. While all-powerful these turrets may be, they do have some restrictions. They can't be placed too close to one another, there is a limit to the number that can be placed simultaneously, enemies can destroy them, and lastly, they need power to function, which is why the factory must grow. It must encompass all of Talos 2, the moon we're on, so that Miss Administrator can weaponize every inch of its surface. Thus, it's time to build power lines as we tackle our first mission, Valley 4. This rusty old place is a den for landbreakers. Those guys in masks, the turrets gunned down earlier. If we're going to use turrets, and we most definitely are, power lines need to reach into a section of the map they're not meant to reach yet. There's a tunnel the player follows here on the map to get to the target location. Power lines won't be able to go through that. Oh, don't misunderstand. It's not that they can't, it's just that at this point in the game, we have not unlocked the ability to utilize these smaller electric pylons as power lines. Because electric pylons can reach through the tunnel, where the big relay tower power lines would not be allowed. That ability will unlock shortly after completing this mission via upgrading the factory. The mission area provides the player with workbenches to craft bombs. Those could be used to clear this whole area and comply with the challenge's rules because bombs are something the factory can make. Though bomb crafting via the factory isn't unlocked until after defeating the boss of this mission, and as we'll soon discuss, bombs created on these workbenches have many limitations. But, wait, just let me plug this in. Why would I use bombs when I can try out my shiny new turrets? Oh, this is beautiful. A masterpiece, if I do say so myself. Look at my gun tower go. Excuse me? I'm trying to appreciate art. Gun tower, fire at will. It's a little slow with just one. Note, deploy turrets as a squad for greater efficiency. After the enemies fall, I will have to use bombs to destroy these den stacks. But back to the turrets. This is so much fun. It's the feeling of satisfaction that comes with watching hard work, and that'd be setting up those power lines, pay off. What's it shooting at? No way. They can shoot through walls?
This ain't normal.
They can shoot through walls! This is a monumental discovery. Devs, please do not change this. It is an incredibly fun mechanic.
Something ain't right. Break them up real.
Note, turrets can aim up and down. This was expected, but confirmation is good to have. After clearing this area and destroying all 3 den stacks with bombs, we're brought to the game's first boss, Rhodagn, a really big brute of a landbreaker, who we will instill into the fear of the factory. The game won't let me build things here. The arena is just barely out of gun tower range too. Alright, yeah, this boss, from what I can tell, is impossible with factory only. Allow me to briefly summarize everything I tried to make this work over the course of many hours. 1. Use the bomb workbenches. Not possible because bombs created by them vanish if you stray too far from the workbench. There isn't a workbench anywhere near the boss. 2. There's a cave below the boss arena. As seen earlier, turrets will shoot through walls and terrain. I placed 2 in the cave below. Unfortunately, the footage of me doing this got corrupt, but I did have a clip of the map showing where they were while the boss fight was still active. Even when luring the boss over to here, it did not work. 3. Mr. Boss sure can jump high. The barrier near the entrance isn't all that tall. Nope, the boss can't jump over the barrier. 4. What if I teleport away while he's mid-jump? Teleporting, even without a loading screen triggering, resets the fight. 5. How about making the quest reset mid-fight to get the boss outside the arena? I used a sword to test this one, since it was the last possibility. The barrier vanishes, but I can't get him to aggro again. Enemies can't be pushed, and although this boss does have a stagger that'll make him move forward, it is tied to interrupting his attacks. As he's not attacking, I can't trigger those, and the stun bar triggers don't make him move. 1 loss for factory only. I want a big win even more now. Let's get to work on that. After the first boss is defeated, the game lifts many limitations on the factory. Suddenly, the player can create a whole slew of nifty things. From automating facilities with conveyor belts, to crafting new gear and consumable items for characters. More types of turrets that includes a grenade launcher, but most importantly, bombs. You saw me use them earlier to destroy the den stacks. The factory will let me create bombs that I can use anywhere. Because you'll be seeing bombs a lot in the upcoming quest, let me demonstrate them against enemies by using one of the bomb workbenches. As discussed during the Rhodagn boss fight, bombs created by workbenches vanish if you stray too far. This is why I couldn't use them for the quests prior to unlocking the gun towers. Workbenches are also fixed locations that are few in number. If I throw one like this, these guys have no idea what hit them. You cannot use bomb workbenches or even bombs created by the factory while in combat. But because enemies act like this when blown up, it's easy to work around. So long as the explosions remain fast enough, enemies can be defeated. Wait too long, and they fully heal. Now that I have my bombs, fancier turrets, and upgraded electric pylons that can function as power lines, it's time to tackle the second main story quest, the Science Park. To those of you who've played the game and are already thinking, this is going to be impossible too, don't worry. I promise you it's not. I also promise you that the solutions you will see are bonkers. I actually now have access to batteries that will let me deploy turrets without needing power lines. But the factory must grow. So we'll continue to drag cables across Talos 2. Let's try out our new turret. Don't mind me, fellas, just constructing the implements of your demise a few feet behind your backs. Those masks y'all wear must really dull the senses.
High threat hostile.
Oh yeah, I think I like the grenade launchers, though they don't quite have the same reach as gun towers. Running cable for days. Gonna construct some power lines inside buildings. Yes sirree, that factory keeps on expanding. And when I can't place a big power line in the relay tower, I can place a small power line, the electric pylon, after some detective work to find the one specific spot that works. If the cable won't reach, just gotta optimize the path, keeping the line straight and cutting corners closer. Underground, inside buildings, not even elevators are gonna stop me from building my lines. This blight stuff is blocking the path to a juicy treasure. One is meant to attack the shiny part to destroy the blight. Bombs work as well. Turrets, however, will not target it. Oh, they don't look very nice. I think we need a full squad for this one. Only get the one bomb toss? If you're ever curious about when I can and cannot use bombs, just look in the top left. If the D-pad icon near Explore is crossed out, I can't use bombs. They're hurting my precious turrets. How dare they? I want so badly to throw bombs at them in fury. No, grenade tower saw number 1 has fallen. I should have thought of this sooner. The turrets are automated. I don't need to be near for them to attack. I can run away and throw bombs in fury from afar. Did he just block that? Holy heck, he did! Where can I get one of those shields? The dude has perfect reactions and will always block bombs. That's crazy. Shoot, another casualty. We've lost comrades, my turrets, and the survivors have suffered heavy damage. But with stashing, you will be made anew. Stashing fully heals them. Indoors again? Well, like I said, nothing is gonna stop me from, I can't build inside. Remember how I said you'll be seeing a lot of bombs? This is why. But for now, at least, I can place turrets outside and they'll defeat enemies so long as I pull them close to the door. Remember, turrets shoot through walls. Once more, devs, please do not change that. It is such a fun mechanic. These landbreakers got even creepier all of a sudden. Turrets versus zombies? Let's see what this crisis spot has to offer. These are like on-demand difficult fights with good rewards. Oh my goodness, level 40. Meanwhile, I'm level 14. Not a problem for the factory though. These turrets will slowly chip away at their health, so long as I can lure them close to this wall in the other room. It took a while, and the Pyromancer Landbreaker kept me on my toes, but eventually, I got all 6. Nice. These zombie Landbreakers spawn when trying to use an elevator. Devices cannot be activated while in combat, so we'll need to lure them to the wall and let the turrets outside take care of them. Bombs could work, but I like to save those whenever possible. Nope. I won't be able to use bombs in such a small room. We're running past them. Oh no, they're in this room too. But that's okay. Watch this awesome move. I call it Zombies Be Gone. I probably should have mentioned at the beginning that game knowledge and mechanics are also weapons in my arsenal for this challenge. I really want that treasure, but not gonna be able to sneak up with one of them looking this way. Maybe on the return trip they'll be gone, because a return trip is what I'll need, for I do not have enough bombs to clear enemies required by the quest in the next room. Made a whole bunch of bombs and we're back, sneaking up Metal Gear style to get that treasure. Easy does it? Got it. How nice it is to rain bombs upon my foes from up high. After meeting up with Yvonne, the science park's resident quirky scientist, and clearing one final room of zombies, it's on to our next boss battle. This isn't a boss in the same sense as Rhodagn, who becomes a special repeatable encounter. I consider it a boss for this challenge, as I'll need to solo waves upon waves of enemies while protecting Yvonne, all while in a combat state after the second wave begins. Meaning, I won't be able to use bombs. The moment a single enemy reaches the barrier on wave 2 or beyond, it's game over. However, I also can't use the factory and its turrets, because even though this ground is showing up as a white grid, which indicates one can build on it, the game is preventing me from doing so because of the quest. Despite both of my methods of attack being rendered seemingly unusable, I assure you that this battle is not impossible with the restrictions set by this video's challenge. We are going to protect Yvonne with only the factory. Don't worry about the how, just enjoy the magic. This way, pals, a little closer. Some would say the big guy barking orders here is bad. But me? Nah. He's directing my turrets to attack. Yeah, get 'em, turrets. This one's in the bag. Even though I also shouldn't be able to use bombs once wave 2 begins, with precise timing, I can pull out a bomb between waves. Given the placement of turrets near the big guy, only this portion of the arena is covered by them. It's a good thing that spot happens to be the enemy spawn point, else this might have been impossible. With bombs and turrets together, most waves can be defeated the moment enemies appear. After a few waves, Yvonne deploys floating bomb drones to aid in battle. Still, if even one enemy gets past and reaches the barrier, it'll be game. Oh, you've gotta be kidding me. Wait, the bomb drones! They worked! This is surprising, given a previous attempt ended with a dog reaching the barrier that the drones couldn't target. I suppose this dude being tall gets him detected by the drones? Whew, what a relief. Having enough of my shenanigans, the big boss man himself joins the fight. He really has a bone to pick with me, so much so that he completely ignores Yvonne. I just need to step things up with some fancy footwork to keep him over here, and my turrets will mow him down. One major win for factory only. I think that's a good stopping point. It may not seem like a whole lot, but progressing the challenge this far took many hours of extremely fun experimentation. My conclusion after all of this is that the factory is Enfield's heart and soul. I hope to see the devs continue to build the game around it, and perhaps even remove some of the placement restrictions with the facilities so that players can create more freely. To be fair, there's already a lot of freedom with the current system. It's just, this is the administrator I want to be, devs, and I have a feeling I'm not alone. Arknights Endfield is a lot of fun. Its map design and exploration mechanics are fresh and blend with the factory to create interesting puzzles, some of which also have more than one solution if the player stops to investigate their surroundings. Arknights Endfield is available now for PC, Android, and iOS. There's a link in the description if you're looking to give the game a go. And if you want to see me try and continue this factory-only journey, let me know. This is Musashi, signing off. Till next time.